check. 1 2 1 2 testing. Yes, yes, yes. Big up people, chat box massive. Soon come. Yes, Massive and crew. Big up everybody inside the chat box right about now. Friday night business. It's been an absolute mad week. Work, rest and play. Time to play a bit now. So I'm just here going through the Brain Dead archive disc once again. Got the old DJ running on autoplay, some old school hardcore tunes for some background business. How's everyone out there feeling in the chat box today, man? Big up to everybody. Let's get this auto mix going. Hold on, get this thing playing. Come on, what's wrong? As soon as I start messing about with the thing, it stops mixing. What kind of thing is that? There you go. Gonna put the talk over on. So guys, how's everyone feeling out there? Big up everybody out there. Go for the chat box. Shout to Julie P, shout to Brian White, shout to 303 Wazza, big up Waxon Junglist, big up Optical Haze, big up B Robertson, 303 Wazza, what's happening, mate? Also shout goes out to Ali Alex. How are we sounding out there, people? Is everything sounding crisp? Get the old GoPro on. I still got to get around to fixing that light, you know. Let me switch on one of the lights. So shout out to Chris J, mate. Look, that light just shorted, man. These Chinese lights, man, they're just like... well, need I say any more? Definitely got to get that fixed, man. Got to sort that out. Shout out to Auto Machine, big up, mate. Shout out to Viva La Luna. Shout out to PD Pete. Good to see these names back in the chat box again. Optical Haze, big up. Matthew Anthony. Also shout out to the Dreadlock Homes, wherever you are. So tonight, the session is all about talking about retro gear. Been getting a few emails recently, a few messages about people wanting to know how to set up your old school tech. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about that. What the hell was that dangling from the back of my head? Going to be talking about that. And also, you know, what kit is good to buy, etc. Prices, etc. Going to talk a bit about that. And then, like last week, I'm going to put my head back down into alphabetically ordering these discs. So I've got through 2 boxes so far. I've done a little bit during the week. Obviously, you know how it goes, life gets in the way, whatever. Got to do what you got to do. So I've got a bit of spare time now, weekend. Shout to Dougie D, big up, mate. Last week I completely rinsed myself out till whatever time in the morning. I couldn't even do a live stream on the Saturday. It's madness, but I'm not going to do that tonight, guys. Just keep it short and sweet. Get some more disc archiving done, and then smash a live stream tomorrow with a mix and all that. Play some of these old school tunes. You never know, you might hear one that you've been looking for a very long time. Might need a tune ID on it. We've got them all up on the screen here for you. Only streaming out over 2 platforms tonight, YouTube and Twitch. Decided to give the Facebook crew a miss tonight. Save that for the mix sessions. Keep this more specialist. for the tech connoisseurs. So peeps, how we sounding out there, people? Amiga sounding crisp. Well, actually, it's not the Amiga playing. This is the old DDJ. See, when I go through the disc, if I find something interesting, I'll just go put it onto the Amiga and see what it is. I found a couple of nice little bits doing that during the week. Managed to record them as well because I've got the old Mackie mixer now where I can do 2 tracks. 303 Wazza says, sounding good, Busy. Thanks for that, mate. Shout out to the TB, big up, mate. Get the old mix screen going on. Shout out to the tech deck, big up, mate. Good to see everybody in. So guys, tonight we are talking about what are we talking about now? Talking about setting up your retro kit and also what tech you need to set up a retro kit. So I'm gonna leave you guys check out a couple of tunes and then I'm gonna make myself a nice cuppa and then we'll come back and then get involved in some of the tech talk. What do you reckon, guys? Sounding good?
Let's do it. What's coming up? 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 Let's do it.
Have some tune make you laugh, but when you hear this one, this special is very serious. So I want to all who can dance, we shut up and leave. Ragga twins step out. Ragga twins step out. Ragga twins step out. Ragga twins step out. Ragga twin 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 step out.
Bigging up the Ragga Twins.
Ragga twin step out.
Back into the Ragga Twins
Ragga twin step out.
from the beginning. Remember some of their early tunes, man, from back in the day. Wicked.
Ragga twin step out.
Speed it up a bit. Get the real feel. I remember these tunes, smashing it down the dungeons, all the 90, 89, 91 times. Hopefully I got those dates right. Often get them wrong. Wicked tune. Waxon says he's run out of banana plugs, Busy. Don't even know what that means, bruv. Help me out there. TV says they're out. TV says, think you was accurate there, Biz. It sounds about right, about that time there, 91, 89, 91, something like that. Wicked times for rave days, man. Wicked times. It's kind of like the birth of hardcore and breakbeat. Reminiscing back in those days. So, peeps, we're talking about what gear do you need? Someone messaged me the other day and said, whereabouts do you connect your Akai to your Amiga? And I was asking if you connect it through the SCSI. Or where's the SCSI? And showed me a SCSI lead. So I thought I better address this kind of quick before somebody tries to blow up their tech, man. So as far as I know, and you guys can correct me wrong, you can't connect an Amiga 1200, 600 to an Akai sampler via SCSI. I don't remember ever doing that. If anything, you get a MIDI interface or a MIDI lead, a MIDI cable, which is what I've got in the back of mine. Plug it in, plug the MIDI out cable into the MIDI in on your Akai, and that's it. I think if you try to connect the SCSI, you're going to end up doing damaging something. So I wouldn't advise that. Has anyone ever connected their Amiga via SCSI to an Akai? I don't think you can. TV says SCSI was probably for an external drive on an Akai. Well, on the Akai, you can use it to connect to the PC. Don't get me wrong. You connect the SCSI port on your PC, and I did do a video on that. Sorry. You connect the SCSI port on the back of your Akai to your PC or your retro Mac. Like we're talking G3 Mac, something like that. Because don't forget, SCSI is an ancient connector. And you can use Recycle on your PC and Mesa on your PC, made by Akai, which allows you to transfer files from your computer to your Akai, or shall I say from your Akai to your computer. And that actually does work quite well. Unlike this auto mix on this blimmin' record DJ that just plays one tune and stops even though you press...
Your name's not down, you're not coming in.
Oh yeah, tune. Old time tunes for the old time people.
Your name's not down, you're not coming in.
Your name's not Dan, you're not coming in.
Not tonight, not tonight.
It actually sounds like it's saying your name's not Dan, D-A-N. Your name's not Dan, your name's not Brian, you're not coming in.
Your name's not down, you're not coming in.
That's old East London Cockney accent there. Your name's not Dan, you're not coming in.
Your name's not down, not tonight.
So Wax and Junglist says, what brand floppy reader did you get for the PC? I only have a handful of the demonstration disc that it came with. Right, so any floppy disk drive would actually work, or any one that I've sort of got hold of. I wasn't sort of name specific when I was looking for a floppy drive. I literally went to my old, my local computer shop of a guy who sells second-hand computers, and I said to him, "Oi mate, you got any floppy disk drives?" And he went, "Floppy?" And he looked at me like I was mad, scratched his head, and went down the back, pulled out an old HP computer, pulled the floppy drive out of it, and went, £5. He goes, "What do you want it for?" I said, "Oh, retro project." And he went, "Oh, okay." And that was it. So there's no specific one. The most important thing is that when you're using OmniFlop, which is why I would put a floppy disk drive into my PC, you install the correct drivers that came with OmniFlop.
Not tonight.
OmniFlop has a controller, floppy disk controller driver, and it also has a floppy drive driver. Now, depending on what you want to do, you would use either driver. Now, the floppy disk controller driver is used if you permanently want to just disable your floppy disk driver, think, from recognizing most disks and only understand what OmniFlop recognizes. I think that's pretty much what I did anyway, because it said to do that in the instructions. And OmniFlop, I believe, only works on like Windows 7. I'm not sure if it works on Windows 10. That's why I ended up with this retro PC in the corner here, for the sake of having OmniFlop. But to be fair, OmniFlop at the moment has been a bit patchy.
You're not on the list.
There was one time when I put a disc in there and it was scanning the disc for so long that it scarred the surface of the disc and the disc was unusable. But that's only happened to me once. Where it was just going pss, 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 and it was doing that for about 20 minutes. Really, I should have sort of cut it short and not bothered, you know, do it once it took too long to recognize a disc. So TV says, "Your name's not Dan, you're not coming in." 3 Dans bopping on the dance floor. Viva La Luna says, "Which one is better in your opinion, Atari or Amiga?" I know a little about Amiga with emulators, but never used Cubase. Well, you know what I'm going to say, innit? It's a no-brainer for me. Amiga all day long. Amiga, because like if you're going to build tunes on the retro tip and you want to have a go at doing the Amiga, for me the Amiga's more exciting because I'm a tracker head. I do like a bit of tracker. Ancient Cubase, I don't know about Ancient Cubase. I think if you're going to go Ancient Cubase, you might as well just buy Cubase 9, man, and just use that. Because to me there's no point going all the way back and struggling to get any, you know, because we're talking about Stone Age technology here. Amiga was a computer that was ahead of its time, especially in music production. I mean, you had programs like Audio Master, which I'm going to let me show you Audio Master now real quick.
Your name's not Dan, you're not coming in.
Alright, so I've got my Commodore Amiga up here now. Bear in mind, it may crash because I've literally just put
Your name's not Dan, not
a accelerator card in there that's not sitting too sturdy. This is the old one I had in there. If you buy a Commodore Amiga, you're going to need an accelerator card with at least 2 megabyte. I nearly said 2 gigabyte there, but no, I wasn't twisting my words. We're talking megabyte, tiny amounts of memory. A megabyte back in the day was like a gigabyte today.
Not tonight.
Now,
Not Dan.
some of these Amiga accelerators, you can get up to, I think, 32-bit SIM or DIM chip. And that's like the one I've got. The one that I've got in mine is called an Apollo 8. But at the moment, it's not very stable. It crashes a lot. This one that I've got here, this one worked quite well. And then I kind of pulled it out and started farsing with it. And then to put the other thing in, because this, I think this only has 2 megabyte of RAM. And that was actually not enough. I needed about 4 because certain tunes weren't loading. I don't get this autoplay. I really don't. Pioneer, you've got this autoplay wrong, mate. I just want to put this on and forget about it. Start auto mix. Look, what's the point of having an auto mix that you got to keep pressing start? And sometimes it just plays 2 tunes and then it don't make me feel for real. So anyway, where was we? Yeah, Audio Master. So just bear with me while I go over to the old Amiga. Right, so let's have a look over here. I think that's playing slow, you know. Let me speed it up a bit. 162, there you go. At least that. So here we have the Amiga. We got Audio Master. Let's try and load that up without this thing freaking out. Let's have a look. It's been okay, I mean. So we go over to here. As you can see, on my Amiga, I've got a compact flash drive. And that compact flash drive is one of those WH load things. I don't know, it came like that. So I don't pretend to be a wizard of Oz and all this kind of palaver. You know, all these WH loads and all that, they never used to exist back in my day, so I wouldn't really know about all that. Too tough. But anyway, on this WH load thing, there's tons of software, old Amiga software, old Amiga utilities, disk archiving stuff. If you haven't got loads of old discs like me, probably wouldn't need that. What? Wait. Feels So Nice is from here. This is the Badman sample. Did you guys clock that? And the tune we sampled the Badman string from at the start. Listen. So that's called for my audio note there. Donuts and Ice Cream, 19th September remix. There you go. Listen. Damn. All right, lovely jubbly. Okay, so at least I know where I am now with that. There's one sample I need to change on that tune if I'm going to do a remix, and that's that Tech 9 sample to make it legit. So glad to hear that was a sample from another track. Sweet. Ah. So Optical Haze, you know who wrote this tune, Donuts and Ice Cream? Does anyone know who wrote this tune? Who was Donuts and Ice Cream back in the day? Does anyone know? Anyway, that was the question there. So let's go back to this. So in here I've got lots and lots of different software. All different stuff. Everything from this on this WH load, from games and all kinds of palaver. And if you're a retro man like me, you know, you feel at home having all this stuff here for a rainy day. Pick these things up on eBay nowadays. Alright, I'm not saying that it's legit to grab all this software, but you can't get any of it anymore. So, you know, back in the day I would have bought the disc. You know what I mean? Or got it off of a magazine. Shout out to Mook. How you doing, bro? Dusty, big up. Amiga has its own sound because the Paula chip, low sample rate. It must be found to process sounds on a dusty Amiga even today. Yes, mate, it's true, because I don't think anybody used any of the Atari's internal sound chip for music production the way they have on the Amiga. So Donuts and Ice Cream were peeps. Do they know, is that an alias of someone we might know? Who did this? Someone on Discogs this for us, we'll find out whose Donuts and Ice Cream were. Is this an alias or is that the actual name of the peeps? Because I know that string sounds like 808 State sampled. So yeah, so back to this. We was talking about audio apps. Now in here I've got my audio apps. Look, I've been collecting them. It's so retro. You know, I just kind of love all this retro stuff. It's just I can't help it. Like, I know it's old and dusted and whatever the case may be, and I know Pioneer DJ does not want to autoplay. It's just press this button to start. Press the button to play another tune. Why don't they just call that button another tune instead of auto mix? Blaming ridiculous. Right, let me go put that there and see if it auto mixes. So yeah, in this folder I've got my Octamed collection. Octamed 4, Octamed 6. I didn't bother getting. You see, this is just stopping, right? I'll tell you what. Let me start. Let me start because I just want to put this on, right, and not have to worry about it anymore. Oh, what? No. Hold on. 1, 2. I've gone all weird now. I think the effect's gone. I think you guys can still hear me, right? Yeah. So I just want to put this on and forget about it. So let's just do this now, real quick. Record box. Record box. Oh, I spelled it wrong. REKORD. Right, let's try again. What is wrong with this? Auto mix doesn't work. Another bug. Sort your lives out, will ya? Big software. The hardware is good, man, but you know what? I don't rate this record box software too much. Okay, so right, auto mix. Now I've got to move the fader up. No, I ain't. Okay, there we go. Hopefully this will just get on with it now. So you're in tune to DJ 1000 playing my hardcore selection. Okay, so here we have, people, the Octamed version 3. And to be fair, I haven't actually used any of these yet, like apart from Octamed 4, which I remember has a really good graphic interface, which is here. Let me show you that. Go on, I'll put Octamed 4 on if I can find it. Octamed 4, I've got the ADF here, hold on, it's in here somewhere. Okay, you can't find Octamed 4. I've definitely got it somewhere. Alright, Octamed 5. Octamed 6 is a bit lame, to be honest. Octamed 5 is my favourite one. Octamed 4's got a better graphical interface. So Dusty says Wipeout 1 OST by Cold Storage was done on Bars and Pipes on the Amiga. Do you know what? I can't remember that Bars and Pipes for Love No Life, you know. Seriously. Like, I need to load it up and it will probably all come back to me. I might have done 1 or 2 tunes on that Bars and Pipes. Because I remember Lenny D Ice was talking to me about that. Last time I saw him, he was talking about Bars and Pipes. And he reminded me, I was like, oh yeah, Bars and Pipes. So anyone, Vax and Junglist says, anyone had any experiences with using a patch bay? Yes. I mean, a patch bay, the whole idea of a patch bay, right? I've actually got one somewhere down here. Where is it? Somewhere in the jungle. Let's not get into that. Anyway, for those of you who don't know what a patch bay is, let me get one up on the screen real quick. Now, I'm only assuming that there's some people don't know. I can only assume it's probably better that way. Patch bay, if you already know, excuse me, I'm not being condescending. Patch bay. Okay, so patch bay is what I could do with now, to be honest. So, a patch bay can be anything simple. Wait, where am I? Door. So a patch bay could be anything simple to this, to that. Now that's depending on how many outputs and how much gear you want. Now the idea of a patch bay, people, is quite simple. So what you have to do is round the back of every single one of your gadgets, yeah? In a nutshell, you have connectors, right? So for example, my UAD, Apollo, right? Our UAD Apollo, if I click here, let's see if this thing's going to DJ on its own. What is wrong with this? Alright, I'm going to press play. Oh, that helps. Alright, anyway. That's the most annoying DJ. Imagine a DJ that just stands there playing and then just stops and looks at everyone. Drive you mad, wouldn't it?
Like this.
Right, there you go. Come on. Right, anyway. So, imagine around the back of my UAD Apollo, right? It's got all these leads here. So what you've got to do now is you've got to buy your cables. And you've got to say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would wire those to the back of this patch bay on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then get a little bit of pen. Usually they come with like a slider that goes in there that you can actually write on, or you can buy a nice little one of them rubber labelers like what I've got there, and you can write on the back of there Apollo output 1, Apollo output 2, Apollo output 3, and so on, so on, so on. And then the same goes for your Akai. Yeah. So you could have a whole patch bay full of all the outputs for every single device on your system. Then, if you wanted to, you could buy another patch bay and wire all the inputs. So let's say, for argument's sake, now you had you wanted to wire your Akai, an output from your Apollo, into your Akai. You would then get one of these cables here and connect it. I'm trying to connect it, look at me. And connect it from here, so the output of your Apollo, and plops it into the input of your Akai. And if you wanted to have a stereo in on your Akai, you'd connect another lead, because all these are mono. So left channel input, right channel input, bosh. So it's quick access, right, to get you out of trouble. Now, at the moment, the situation I'm in is I don't have a patch base, which means that every time I've got to get round the back to have a look inside my Apollo, it's a mission. It's Apollo mission for real, like going to the moon for real, because I've actually got to struggle to get round the back there with a torchlight, and I'm there like this trying to get round the and looking and squinting my eyes and struggling to get, you know, in there. So Waxon, the idea of having your patch bay is so that the back of all your gear is wired directly into this. So you've got a nice front panel, and you can go, oh, I want to connect my Apollo into my UAD input, so I can hear my Apollo on my UAD. So you go Apollo out 1 into Apollo into UAD input 1, and so on and so forth. I hope I've cleared that up regarding patch base, people. Let me go back through the old chat box now, and I want to show you back on the Amiga again, where we was talking about Amiga was ahead of its time, whilst answering a question there. So number 3 is the Amiga. Okay, try to remember that. So we have Octamed, which basically is a 4-track sampler, right? 4-track sampler stroke sequencer. Now, you could not have a computer, back in the day, you did not have a computer at this price range that could do this sort of thing. Maybe Pro Tools was around back in the day for £30,000, but we're talking something that's 100 times cheaper. Alright, it was 8-bit. Alright, the quality weren't that good in our head back at the time. But what we didn't realise is we were taking part in something that was creating a retro, unique 8-bit sound. And before you know it, there was a lot of Amigas that were like breaking the scene because of the sound, obviously because of the tunes, but they had that edge, a different edge. And even today, I listen to some of the Amiga samples and they sound cool, man. It's got that bit crunch kind of element to it. Now, if we're talking ahead of its time for the Amiga, let's come away from Octamed at the moment. And if you guys want to revisit Octamed again, you know, give me a holler in the chat box about anything you want to know about Octamed, and maybe we're going to revisit that again on this webinar. Oh, he's mixing on his own now, I think. Not doing a very good job of the old mix, but yeah. Alright, so Audio Master. Now this is like a version of, back in the day, of Adobe Audition or SoundForge on the PC. I mean, it's got a sampler, you can sample on it, set your sample size up, your sample rate. Let's have a sample rate. It goes up to 44. Look at that, it goes up 44. You can do 44 sample rate, I wonder. but I don't know how long that would last with 2 megabytes, to be fair. You can load samples to edit window. Let's get a sample in there, you can see what it looks like. And on here you could do a lot of things. You could edit, you could slice, you could cut samples. Alright, we've got a crazy directory. Okay, let's go do, I think, hard drive 1, there you go. Right, and I've got my sound library here, look. I've been archiving a lot of stuff, trying to put it all together, so when I go to do some remixes, I've got all the sounds here, and I'm actually working on a sample pack now called Amiga Warfare. So, give me a shout if you guys are interested in seeing that getting finished anytime soon, and I will do my best to rush that through as quick as I can. So, for example, load the sample, and there you go. Hit the old play button, play waveform. Let's see if it comes out. There you go. Now you can do lots of other things on there. You can do looping, you can mess around with it. You can. There's even got effects where you can do time stretching, type of mix flange, echo, change pitch duration. There is no way, you know, the Akai wasn't even out when this came out, and this was doing time stretching. Audio Master was way ahead of its time. It was doing futuristic stuff, people. So peeps, let's have a look in the old chat box again, see what's popping. You never believe what I was doing, peeps. I was sitting there thinking, why is T in the frame, and why is it not moving? And I looked and I realised I'm looking at the comments yet on last week Friday's stream. How mad is that? Right, here we go, peeps. I'm back in the building. Right, so Ali Alex says Amiga Warfare. Yeah, you like the sound of that? Big up, mate. That one come to me and I actually thought, yeah, that's got to be done, man. Amiga sample library. You know, I was thinking, like, as well as that, maybe release a few of these discs on the Samplers website that you can download. A lot of these samples do actually load into, what does it load into? I believe they load into Adobe Audition as, what was the name of the blooming file again? It's Amiga format was SND or something like that, but it does work. And I think these do load straight into Renoise. Let's have a quick peek at that. I'm going to test that right in front of your eyes now, peeps. So we're loading up now. Are you guys finding this stream interesting? Am I waffling on? Is the coffee getting to me? Tell me, peeps. I'm actually enjoying this, as long as you guys are. Right, so get the old screen back up again. Renoise. Okay, you need to load this, get this load window up here, so just bear with me a second. Play some nice old hardcore tunes in the background now. Hey, shout to Matt Prentice, man, says still use Audition. Oh yeah, I still use it, man. That's my go-to right now. Because coming over from the PC to the Mac, Adobe Audition is the nearest thing to it, because I used to do all my mastering in SoundForge back in the day, man. Dusty says back when the CRT monitors, if you sample directly using the audio, oh yeah, it would recognise a buzzing noise. That is so true. Now, you know, I've actually got some samples and tunes that have that buzzing noise, because I didn't actually realise it was what was actually causing it, or it was there until a little bit in. You know, one day you just find it, you listen, you hear that buzzing. So peeps, we used to have a buzzing noise from the screens. Not like you get the quiet flat screen monitors nowadays. When you were mixing down to that, you used to have to switch your monitor off. And sampling with your monitor off, probably a bit tricky. MTX says it's all good, just chilling and listening. Nice, man. Glad to hear it, people. Alright, I think I'm going to skip this tune because it might actually be kind of irrelevant and very risky with the old sample blah blahs. Right, we don't want to get no copyrights on that. So let me see what I would do. Nice tune though, flipping hell. Right, stop. Come on, play. Alright, why is this 175? Don't tell me this is one of them cheesy hardcore tunes. Yep, no, not for me. Sorry, I don't do these kind of tunes too tough. I'm sorry, peeps. Not dissing it. Just not for me. Alright, we got Brain Killers here, Jungle Love. Put that one on.
You want some jungle love?
Okay, so Mook says, scroll up to see question from CTRD or DMB. Right, let's go up. Let's have a look at that. CTRL-DRB. I know I miss a few here because I'm blabbing on a bit. Okay, yes. So, Control D&B. Yo, Busy. I've got a Mackie 24-8 mixer. Big up, mate. Yes. Alright, sampler's not working. Give me sampler. It says he's got a Mackie 24-8 mixer. Wants a certain mix bus. Sorry, wants to mix certain buses from Ableton on it. Can you recommend a decent interface with multiple I/O? Also, do you think I need a a DA computer? Big up. Right, hang on a minute. Let me read that again. A bit late in the night. Okay, so it says, yo, Busy, I've got a Mackie 24-8 mixer. I want to mix certain buses from Ableton on it. Okay. Can you recommend a decent interface with multiple ins and outs? Also, do you think I need a digital to analog converters? Okay, peeps. Boom. Depending on your budget, yeah? Now, I've got the ultimate sound card for you, yeah? And my ultimate sound card is, believe it or not, the RME UCX. If your budget will allow it, it's got to be the RME UCX. You're going to get that sound card, right, like I did, and you might think it just sounds too clean to begin with, and then you're going to be like, I don't know if I can get my head around this sound card. And then 3 months down the line, you might go back to your old interface and play that and think, damn, the quality on this is whack. And now, although the RME UCX interface is really, really hard to get your head around, like the mixer. I mean, imagine 26 years being in a recording studio as a sound engineer, come across this mixer and spent hours just trying to get the simplest bloody thing to work. I mean, even a simple little thing like recording what you hear. Say like you wanted to, you know, obviously I'm not encouraging this, but say you want to get a sound from YouTube and record it straight into your sampler and twist it up. Yeah. It took me ages to figure this out, and there's one time I actually forgot how to do it, and I found out how to do it, made a video about it, and had to go back to the video to reference how to do it. But once you actually get your head around this mixer, and I'm sure you probably will a lot quicker than what I did, you'll find that this is the bollocks, if I must say, excuse my French. It's got multiple inputs. I believe it's got 8 inputs, which you can use. Don't quote me on this, and I'm sure you could probably connect 2 of them together if you wanted to. But you could feed your outputs to multiple outputs on here, let's say for example, and then feed that into your desk. So, I mean, this is a really good sound card if your budget will allow it. But all you need is just a sound card with multiple outs, blah, blah, blah. Now, another beautiful thing about this sound card is if you're talking about digital to analog converters, you must know what your stuff. Now, if you do your homework on this sound card, you will see that, alright, I bought this a little while ago now, but you will see that this sound card or sound interface has actually some of the best analog to digital converters on the market right now. So I would recommend this. You can also go for like the Apollo. The Apollo's quite a good sound card, which I've got there as well, sound interface. The beautiful thing about the Apollo is you get good sound. To be honest, I don't think the Apollo sound is as fat as this, because this RME has a lot of headroom, right? So distortion is low, whereas on the Apollo, I'm talking like the older Apollos, not the black ones that are out. Yeah, I've got that one, which is a great sound card, sound interface too. Don't get me wrong, but you get all the UAD plugins. Now the UAD plugins, yeah, they're badass. You can't knock the UAD plugins at all. There's so many different UAD plugins out there. They're quite pricey, but they sound good. Like for example, TDK and I were looking at the old school. What's it called? The Pultec. I can't even pronounce it. I think it's Pultec or something. Let's Google it. Pultek. Pultec Legacy. Legacy. Right now, let me just get this music. Keep it rolling, man, because some people might not be listening to all this, technical jargon and thinking, boy, you know what I mean? Where's the tunes? So let me just keep them rolling in the background. Keep everyone on a little vibe. The DJs froze again. Pioneer DJs froze. So we're talking Pultec, yeah? So we're talking Pultec Legacy UAD. Now, here we go. Now look, if you're talking Pultec Legacy, yeah? This is the Pultec Legacy, right? I'm going to turn down the volume on this video because I don't want it blaring. But if you look at the UAD spec on this, right? UAD's plugins, they're nice. They're pricey, but they're nice. Now you see this Pultec plugin. This is great for like one a real nice sounding EQ. It's got a lot of presets in there done by top engineers. You can use it to tweak and fatten up your drums, etc. Now this comes with the Apollo interface, not all in-house. It comes with a few plugins to get you started, I believe. And all these guys are, these top engineers from blah blah studios and whatever. They know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? This is probably, I think we priced it up. It was about £149 for this set. Nah, alright, sounds like a lot of money, but let's go to eBay and look how much a proper hardware Pultec is going for, yeah? And you'll see what's going down. Let's see if that comes up. I probably spelled it wrong, but it will find it. Bloody car's coming up, hang on. Right, hang on. Yeah, we need to just copy the blooming spelling. Here we go. Pultec EQ. Right. I don't really read these names properly. I just know what they do. Do you know what I mean? I like the sound of them. Right, look at that. Look, one of them, look, is a Valve Pultec. Look what that's going for. Here you go, look. A Valve 2 channel. That's not even the real deal. Yeah, look, there's another one here, look. We saw one for about 9 grand the other day. Look at the sort of money, look, 1,800 quid. So Pultec were known back in the day for their EQs. Now, I've never owned an outboard gear one of these myself. But, now, don't quote me on this, but if we're talking Lucky Spin, Peak Parsons, right, we're talking Monroe Studios, in there, yeah, look, Pultec EQ 1P, pair of vintage EQs, look, 10 grand. And that's the exact one, look, that's the exact one. Yeah. If you're talking Pete Parsons, Lucky Spin, all them people there, yeah. We went into the Lucky Spin studio years ago, right? Years ago, and they had some big money studio going on. It wasn't Lucky Spin's owned by Lucky Spin, it was like Monroe Studios, which is like a commercial studio next door. And this guy in there, Pete Parsons, he was a dapper OG Don at recording samples, right? Pete Parsons. Let me see if I could Google this brother. Lucky Spin. Right, oh, Pete Parsons. Let me see if I can find it. Pete Parsons, look. There you go. That's your guy there. Is that the guy? I can't remember his face. Long time since I've seen him. It might not even be him. I could be just like, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see, who's this dude here? Is this the dude here from Lucky Spin? I don't even know. Who knows? It could be. We're going back some years now, people. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. One of you connoisseurs must know who's been in the Lucky Spin studio. Let me give the DJ a nudge. Oi, DJ, sort it out, bruv. Play some tunes. Flippin' hell, bruv. Who booked that DJ? Need the head scene too. Right, guys, let's get back in the chat box, see what's popping. Big up Barnabas, how you doing, bruv? Sharing some knowledge tonight. Shout out to Quarterly 91, VHS, the door to man's dat. Shout out to Bat Prentice, and still don't know what one. Ali Alex likes the sound of Amiga Warfare. Let me just go back again, see if there's any more questions. Drift EP says should load into SoundForge 2. We was trying to load up samples, weren't we? And we went off onto that on that mission there. Old time Top Cat style there, man. Matt Prentice says 1600 there. Hey, shout out to Season Seckle, bruv. Big up. Shout out to Ross John. See some new names in the chat box tonight. So happy, mate. So happy. TB says enough of the tech talk. Do some bouncing. Yes, Pete. Just let me know if you guys had enough of the tech talk now. Are you guys enjoying the knowledge? Shout out to Lee Saunders. He says, I use an M-Audio LT1010. 10 ins and out. Yeah, the old M-Audio 1010s. Even remember the old Deltas as well. They used to be wicked. My sound card, I had, what I start with? An audiophile 2496, which is now probably the equivalent of like M-Audio 2x2. And then I bought an Audio Delta 1010 for the outputs to wire into my mixer. Man, I miss having a mixer, you know, outboard mixer. Seriously, like, it's nice having an outboard mixer. I used to get a better sound. I don't know. Is it me? Or am I talking true? Season Circle says you need some proper equipment. John Tetney, big up, mate. Good to see you back in. All good, mate. All good, all good. Just talking some old school tech, shopping lists, etc. So, what tech is on your shopping list, people? At the moment now, I'm considering a mixer, man. If I had the space, you know what I get? I get one of Mackie D8Bs. I'm just like loving the Mackie D8Bs. Check this out, right? Check this out. For those of you who don't know about the Mackie D8B, yeah? If they're going for about 500 to 700 quid now, yeah? Mackie D8B. And the thing is, you're getting them fully loaded. We're talking about, this is a mixer, right? But I remember I used to have the Mackie DB8 32 with the meter bridge and everything. Then this one came out. I went to the shop, right, and priced it up, and they wanted 10 grand for one, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. But now you can pick these up for 500-600 quid, and some of them are fully loaded and well looked after. Look at that, automated faders. That's what you want, peeps, because when you go back to do your mix, right, that was the big, this took care of a problem, yeah, because like back in the day when you used to be sitting in front of that desk all night, right, doing a mix, if that mix wasn't perfect and you reset that mix, it was like flicking dominoes down on the floor. Because when you came back to work on your mix again, you'd lose the mix. Not like we got the pleasure of like loading up digital now, yeah. This thing here is automated, so it keeps all your settings, and that bloody mixer there has 72 inputs. And it's a Mackie. So I bet me flipping old boots that that flipping thing sounds crisp. Lee Saunders says route to my 3000 and M1 straight into the Cubase. Nice one. I've actually got my iPad set up with me M1 at the moment. I've got an app that I downloaded on the iPad for the Korg M1, which is looking kind of good. Let me just get in the frame here, man, because like I'm not in the frame right. There you go. That's better. Yeah. So I'm looking to get all of the Korg card expansions and stick them in, because on the Apple iPad you can download all the Korg expansions, right? And you can put them into your iPad and have about 200 expansion cards for your Korg M1, and that is something back in the day you could not ever dream of, people. Dream of. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to run too late tonight, peeps. I'm going to save some juice for tomorrow, and we do a live stream tomorrow. See what's popping, possibly see if the old Dreadlocks Homes is about. Us old boys, you know what I mean? We're about sometimes we are, sometimes we ain't. Control DP says, thanks for the replies, Busy and fellow jungles. I'm going to check out the RME UCX and the M Audio. Something tells me the RME may be a bit out of my budget. Well, RME UCX at the moment now, I'll tell you, if you bought one, you wouldn't look back. It is a good card, but if the budget won't allow, then I've heard the next one down, yeah, if the budget won't allow, is the, I've heard good reports on it. I've got one, not used it a lot. Motu Ultralight Mark III. That's supposed to be a good one. Haven't used it a lot, to be honest. It's there on, sort of connected to my PC. I had a bit of a learning curve with sound cards, folks, I must admit. Let's keep them tunes rolling, people. Keep the tunes going. Come on, please. Where's the tunes? This is not a very good auto DJ. I bet your virtual DJ do a better job of this. No, we don't want this tune. Do you know what? I'm better off doing this myself. Give me a tune. Come on. If I double click it, will it load? Chuck that on there. There we go. Give me something, will you? Crikey. Alright, let's see how we get on there. Shout to the Mook. Shout to Zyro. Big up, mate. Good to see ya. Now some real old retro stuff playing now. Give some more shouts in the chat box. Shout to Ross John. Big up, mate. He says, eye connectivity on my list. See, my plan is, ultimately, is to have new tech mixed with old tech and then come out with tunes, new tunes, but mixed with old stuff. So when you hear my songs, you're going to hear a bit of Amiga, you're going to hear a bit of... But the thing is, I'm a stuck-in-time producer mentally, like. Back in the day, retro, that's my thing. All this new tech step stuff, I can't even say it, let alone make it, you know what I mean? But the idea is to just fuse new with old and come out with my own flavour. Baby Price Vote is good value for money, 500 quid. Yeah, that's good, but I don't think you're going to get the inputs on that. TB, I don't know. You correct me if I'm wrong. TB says, you found any more dats or bits you want to tell us about, Biz? Yes, I have actually. I found a few doodles. Let me see what I'll pull out anything from there and just chuck on or something for you guys. There's been quite a lot of bits and pieces. Let's see. So, what have we got here? Chuck something on real quick. I mean, I'm going to probably bust a couple of bits on there. Don't forget there's that Darken My Lines. I was able to kind of get this mixed up, which is a tune. Right, that's playing too quick. Here's a little piece that I found recently. Absolutely loving this one straight from the Amiga. Dropping a couple of those little bits. Also found a few bits and pieces on this Sunshine DAT. There's a lot of DATs, you know, that I haven't actually chopped up yet, so I need to chop them up, get them in the live stream. I found an original DAT of my Revolution, my first ever track, Revolution Bleep Mania, I believe. I believe there's another tune there called Anytime Darkness. Quite a few bits and pieces, people. I'm finding discs all the time with like little bits in there that was just like fascinating. I found some little mellow thing as well that's really nice, and it had a little bit of a flavour to it. TV says you should call this track Chop. It's actually called Darker My Lines. Have a listen. Whoops. Bit of a moody there, innit? What's going on? Not sure what's going on with my bottom scroller there. Lee Saunders says, Busy, I found some breaks and beats and scratches LP from Simon Harris that had samples from Brainstorm. Forgot I had it in about 1990. Yeah, mate, that was actually one of the sources. I actually had the whole Simon Breaks, Beats and Scratches box set somewhere. That was a wicked set, man. We used to pride ourselves back in the day in our break collections, man. That was a business. Auto Machine says, Air Drum Crew. I don't know what's going on with this scrolling text down the bottom here, man. My computer's bugging out tonight. Okay, peeps, so that was Darken My Lines, yeah? That was another one I found. Let me just find something else as well. Give you guys a little touch on that. Let's chuck this down here a minute. Let's find something. We'll put this on. Obviously, you guys have heard this before, but while I look for something else, it's a nice little tune, Temper. We're talking tech talk, people. Ah, that's what it is. That's doing me did that thing there. Hold on. There you go. I wonder what the blimey hell that was doing the texting down the bottom there. Right. There you go, people. Yes, yes, massive. So did any of you guys ever go to a record shop and look for samples? Do find some a couple of the little weeks bits and pieces that I found. Give them a little spin. Yes, yes, massive. MTX says tune. Nice one, mate. Wax and Junglist says Quadraverb 2. Yes, mate. You remember the old Elise's Quadraverb, man? That was a wicked little bit of kit. Little reverb unit. I actually think I've still got one of those somewhere in the back there. Shout out to Richard T. Here we go, peeps. Waxon says DBX 368. What's that one? Is that a compressor? I remember the DBX used to make a few compressors, right? nice little mellow ting as well. Oh yeah, we got some also some couple of Plasmic Life bits and pieces for you. Shout out to Teo, big up mate. Have a little mix up. Some retro beats there, straight from the Amiga. Into some Plasmic Life. This is why I like the Amiga for making beats. As we roll. Okay, some Plasmic Life now. This one's straight out of the old Music X. Bigging up Mark Carroll on this one. Shout out to the Dreadlock Homes. Got to make some improvements on this bass chair, man. Keep pulling the wires out the back of it. Yes, yes, Massive and crew. Quarterly says, he says the TR-808 kick was an awesome sub bass when sampled. Yeah, man. My one was called 808 Dope Kick, and that's pretty much used on all these jungle tunes. That one there especially. Very distinct bass sound. 808 was the most popular bass sound going. Speaking of 808, guys, if you guys want to get hold of some real deep subs, I've been working on this chair and using alongside the old bass pack, and I put together this 150 sub sounds pack, which has got tons of sub sounds enhanced for beefy jungle. Handpicked all these bass sounds. Literally just tweaking this pack now, normalizing all the sounds. If you want to unnormalized versions, it's up now, but the proper one will be up in a day or two. But yeah, you just need to normalize these sounds and good to go, because I just realized I haven't normalized every single bass on there, so I'm going to normalize them all. But yeah, this is the progress. Put this one together. Hopefully you guys find this one useful. I know it's going to be my go-to when I'm looking for B-lines now for subby enhanced bass. There's some other little ones on there but they're all deep enhanced. I've been on a mad one, mate. A mad one, right? Working on this little bass chair of mine, and I'll give you guys a sneak preview, seeing as you guys are the live stream crew, of what's going down on my old bass chair. So let me turn that down a bit. So I'm gonna give you guys a little touch of what's going on with the old bass chair. Oh, new tune. Take that one back. Old Plasmic Life crew, massive. Matt Prentice said, so if you knock the seat out of the car, is there an old Granada around your sides with an office chair driver's seat? You remember the old Ford Caprice, man? That's an old time car there, man. Okay. The video's looking a bit weird on the stream, man. I don't know why. It looks perfect where I am. Something to do with the encoding, I think. How strange is that? Right, you guys can't see really what's going on there. I don't know. YouTube's not allowing me to broadcast a video. It's kind of scrumpling it up. You can just about see what's going on. There's some codec issue there. Maybe some sort of sync problem. I don't know. But the end all of it is the old bass chair. You see it shaking there somewhere. On the little tip there, peeps. Bigging up the Sub Pack Massive. All this is inspired by them, man. Like, just need that bass. I got into doodling with all this stuff when my Sub Pack went in for repair, and I was bassless. Right, let me take this off because you can't really see it. Perhaps it has to be on YouTube. Actually, I know how to do it. I can give you guys a preview another way because I've got it on the thingy. I know a way to make it work. There's always a way in there. So I want to give you guys a little dibble dabble what I've been up to with this chair, man. It's crazy. Bigging up the man like Mark Currell on this one, Plasmic Live. There's an Amen mix of this, man. Can I find it? No. What has happened? What has happened? There you go. Look, YouTube only want me to play YouTube videos, look, on the stream. But as you can see, I've been doodling with my wires and my tech. And this is a forthcoming video, by the way. Only to subscribers, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see what's going on with this video. It's not going to be for a non-subscriber thing. This is going to be an unlisted subscriber thing. But check it, yeah. Bass test on this. Got me amplifier. Connected it all to my chair. This is my get you out of trouble bass chair. Right. Crossover. Bass amp. And then done me little bass test on it, peeps. Right, and then it's been coming along nicely. See the back of my bass chair got me my shakers on the back there. That's what I'm listening to now. I've been listening to some of the live streams, testing 40 hertz, and believe you me, so you can hear what I'm dealing with. I'm looking to make it more powerful. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Currently at 30 hertz. I've got a YouTube bass test. Here we go. And now I'm going to put you guys in the chair itself and play the test through. Watch the camera shake. There you go. Yeah, peeps, that's the project. Let me know what you think. So, peeps, back to the beats. Sound of the Plasmic Life. Big up TV, says now he knows what TD goes talking about. Yeah, that's the one, mate. That's the project, man. And I'm still looking more power. I'm gonna use the power until I blow one of these things up, and then I know that's the limit. Right? Then I'm gonna back it off a bit. Matt Prentice says, but the very subject of tech alongside this whole music scene and culture with originators like Bizzy, TDK and the crew is truly blessing. And yous lot, man. Don't forget yous lot, man. Yous lot are keeping it real and keeping it alive, man. You know what I mean? Yous lot are keeping it alive, man. The scene. Man, I missed the Amen mix of this. There's an Amen mix of this, you know, but I've only got it on MP3, man. I want on me MP3 archives. I know there's a purple DAT somewhere with all these tunes on it. And I've got to find it. It's not in the archives, man. Something missing. Must have fell out the box. I don't know what's going on. But I'm sure we're going to find out where that is. Somewhere, backtrack steps. Gotta be here somewhere, innit? Yes, people, Purple Dat. You know what? The lag's not too far behind. You ain't too far behind. Normally you're like flipping 2 minutes behind. Nah, you guys are like 30 seconds behind. That's not too bad tonight, man. It's like it's catching up on the live stream, man. What a tune, innit? Mark Caro, man. Man, bad boy producer. Can't say enough, man. I'm going to chuck this on here and then we're going to play another Plasmic Life. How about that? But this tune's got enough to go, man. I might as well let it run for a bit and just get into some of your conversation there, peeps. Teo says blow it off, then back it off a bit. Yeah, man, and blow it. I'm going to just push it till it can't go no more. Right? Then I say, when that thing just goes and it don't work, I say, right, okay. Too much power. We need a little bit less than that. I want to be able to drive this thing, man. Have it just rumbling up the dance, man. Control DB says, what's this tune called? This is the famous Water Baby Plasmic Life remix. This is probably one of the most mentioned tunes in the Braindead archives. I want to say I designed the chair. Teo said, did I design the chair? I didn't design it, no. Just thought of the idea of putting the components together to get me out of trouble when my sub pack died. Thing is, Busy, this thing might go bop in your bowels. Be careful. Nah, it's not that serious. The bass is not that serious, man. Serious. It's just, it's rumbling. Tail says, can he buy this item? Soon. We're going to do something soon, man. Prototype stage, bruv. When it's all ready, then we'll see what comes of it. There's one time when I sort of screwed these things into the chair and I was worried that the screws would just poke me in the buttocks or something while I was sitting there. But no, everything's just measured just right, man. Okay, so we got King of the Jungle remix here. Let me give you a little spin of that, liven up the place now. That War Baby mix is probably the badassest mellow tune going, man. It's just like, boy, you don't realise how mellow it is because it's just so bad. Then you play a tune like this and you think, wow, that tune was mellow. What's going on? Matt Prentice says Busy needs a Brain Records USA franchise. What do you mean? Merchandise franchise? So this is a King of the Jungle remix I did. Let me turn it down a bit. It's probably clipping. Whoa. I'm supposed to be organising these floppy disks tonight. You guys, man, are just such a, like, you know what I mean, good crew to hang out with, you know what I mean? I just get sidetracked. Yeah, so guys, what tunes are we thinking about putting up next? You know what, yeah? I just think about this every day, and you tell me what you think, yeah? All this kind of picking what tune, yeah, it's kind of like when we're sitting on about 300 unreleased tunes, right? It's kind of long, and there's no way I'm going to sit there and write down 300 tunes and put a list up on the internet. That's just like kind of maybe time wasting, maybe time consumption unnecessary, you know? So my idea is I'm going to grab a couple of tunes, I'm going to fling it up on the Kickstarter project, right? I.e. Twisted Mentasm, i.e. I've still got to talk to Mark Curra about the Plasmic. Walk Factor 1, Take a Deep Breath, that kind of vibe, right? And I'm just going to fling them up, and like, if you guys want them on vinyl, you just put your money down. If it makes the goal, we press. Following month, do the same again and same again. All I want to do right now is just see the logistics through of the first release. Once I know the stream is flowing smoothly, then we're just going to hit hard. We're just going to go bam. Okay, who wants this month? Obviously, I'm not going to put 10 on at 1 month or 3 on at 1 month. You know, just random. Come with boom. Here goes an album. 4 piece vinyl cover. Okay, who wants it? Boom, there it is on flipping Kickstarter. Put your money where your mouth is. Boom, we press it up, and that's the vibe I got in my head, peeps. What do you reckon? Remember, this is a sideline for me, so I'm doing daytime job as well, so I just want to just get this rolling. Look, there's another one, you know, Lioness Loving You. There you go, Kickstarter, boom, who wants it? Blam, put your money where your mouth is, boom. Lee Saunders says, do it, Biz. That's what I'm thinking, man, come on. It's just so much like, you know what I mean, X-factoring and tinkering around there, man. We just need to just get a move on, because at this rate, I'll be probably dead before, like, flipping I get out these 300 tunes. Come on, man, old man ting. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to keep jogging and try and make it to see my grandchildren and shit. But, like, you know, by the time flipping we get all these tunes out, man, I'm being a Zimmer frame or something, man. So we need to get grooving. So once that logistics is flowing, the river's smooth, bam, in your face. I picked these 2 this month. What are you guys saying? Boom. Because I think everybody's hungry for vinyl right now. And now's the time to make moves. What do you reckon, peeps? Comment down below on the rerun, comment in the chat box, let me know what you guys think. Matt Prentice is up for it, Lee Saunders is up for it. I need convincing better than that, people, come on. Chat box crew, come on. Smash that like button or something. Rerun people. Give me a sign. Wax and Junglist says sounds like a plan. I've been thinking that in my head for the last couple of weeks now. And like, yeah, I wake up in the morning amongst other things to get on with and think, oh, this Kickstarter, you know what I mean? I need to get some tunes rolling, man. It's just too many. You know what I mean? I need to catch up with myself.
Right, okay. Let us live as one.
Iron Plate, look at that. Pretty much, look at this whole list, man. Like, there's just tunes, man. We should just be like tearing down some release after release after release after release. It's time to just tear it down and start putting it down like you put down beats. None of that thinking. Blam, there you go. There's the artwork. What are you saying? Let's do it. Big things are going. Season Seckle says yes, mate. Right. I'm glad to get that off my chest, people. You're going to start seeing some motion. Not motion in the ocean, but motion in the vinyl. Let's get this label rolling, man. No more skylarking. We know the deal, the statistics are there. Let's make it happen. If we hang about too much, the tornado will go. The storm will calm. Waxon says heads won't know what hit him for real. This is the sound of DJ Deluxe, the iron plate. DJ Deluxe, man, is a legend, you know. He's just there like me, doing a daytime job, doing his thing, loving his music. And me and Equinox and Deluxe bumped up the other night, their Brain Crew session, and was just like banging head saying, man, we got to get on it. Deluxe has got unreleased stuff, man, believe. We've all got our little Amiga disc collections, you know. I remember me and Deluxe, we used to live on the same street. We used to link up daily. Oh, B, I made this tune. D, I made this tune. Let's go up the laser drone, B. All right, link you on Friday, yeah? Sweet. Yeah, this mate called Marcus, we used to call him Sick Man, because everything he used to say was like, Sick Man. So he got the nickname Sick Man. Then there was Warren, we used to call him Eagle. Shout out to all the man them. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Give you guys a little touch to come, a little recap, you know how it goes. Alright, let's fling on another one real quick. This one's called Real Time, another deluxe one. Then we used to go up Conflict FM, spin down there with a man like Naturalist. I think the Uncle Dogs used to be on there as well. I remember seeing DJ Hype's debut show on Fantasy FM years ago. Played after me. Busting up some scratches and things. Beat, take control. TB says, Biz, can you play Beat Can Take Control? Let me see if I can find that. Got it. Yes, yes, massive. Dizzy. Taylor says, Dizzy. Dizzy, what's your old school hardware setup? Or what's your old what was your old hards? Okay, so my old school hardcore setup was 2 Amigas, a Studio Master Sound Live mixing desk. Hold on. Let me try and find that mixer. The Studio Master Mixdown Gold, I think. Hold on. I doubt if that mixer ever held its value now, man. It looks something like, yeah, that was it. That's the old 91 to 93 mixer revealed. Look. I had one of these. Look, there's not even a high-res picture of it. That's how old it is. Studio Mixer Mixdown. Studio Master Mixdown Gold.
Hey YouTube, this is Victor.
Let's have a look. 8 bus. I don't even know if that's 1 bus, bruv.
Hello everyone.
Check it.
This is Alfador.
I guess it's 8 bus because you've got 1648.
About my Studio Master Mixdown 1648. Okay, 16.
This is one of the old retros we had.
16 input channels.
Would I recommend it? Probably not.
8 is for the
Hold on.
tape outputs.
We have a rewind. Going out to the TB. Ross John says, "Is there anything you miss from the hardware back in the days?" Right. Okay. So let's get through the questions. So first of all, yeah. So we had the Mixdown Studio Mixdown Gold, Akai S950 sampler. Those of you must know the old Akai S950. I'm actually still trying to get my hands on one of these. Marlon Equinox says he's got one for me. He's going to bring it over. It needs a bit of repair work. So hopefully I'll be able to get that going. If not, then you're looking at about 400 odd quid, 500 odd quid to buy a new one, man. It's like, these go for mad money now. See, my man's talking about the sampler there. There you go. This is the sampler. First ever 12-bit sampler I bought. 2 megabyte of memory. Wicked piece of kit. A lot of my old retro 91, 92 tunes were built on this sampler. Not forgetting the Amiga. The Amiga was the core of the setup. Yeah, this sampler here is Time Stretch, does all the malarkey you hear in all the old school tunes. As well as stuff like compressors. Ah, wait a minute. There was an Echo, an MXR Echo unit. Hold on. Which I've still got, by the way. One day I'll draw it out and show you guys. It's sort of sitting in the back there, not doing a lot. There's an MXR 19-inch rack, 19-inch mount. Rack mount Echo. You probably wouldn't see it here. You probably have to do a Google Images search. And that's why I used to do the flange in that track Obsessions. Sometimes you have to really look hard, man. MXR, what was it? I think it's called MXR Delay, actually. It was blue. It was quite rare, to be honest. Kind of down this range here, but not quite. Looking similar to this. No, man, that's rare, boy. I've got one in the back. I wonder if I can quickly pull it out and show you guys. Similar to this, but not quite. Nah, man, none don't exist. Gonna have to take a picture of it. I'll go in the back and take a picture of it at some point. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? Looks like my rack. Nah, it's down this lines anyway, something like that. I'll take a picture of it. It needs to be up on the internet. I can't even find one. But that's what I use. All the flanging noises and stuff were done on that. What else? What other tech did I use back then? ACK-IS 3000, of course. I'm trying to give you guys the feel of the 1991-92 before we got the ACK-IS 3000. Then was the EMU sampler. We got one of those, EMU E6400. Ultra. I had one of these. This was good. We done a lot of the Joker material on this stuff. This was, you know, this was the top sampler at the time, man. This was buzzing. This can do things. Got an ID interface in it. You can put a hard drive in there. Recycle works with this as far as I remember as well. Teo said, did you use synths? Yes, I did have a few synths. A lot of my synths, yeah, they were sampled from like the actual synths. When people used to bring stuff down to the recording studio, we used to just record some of the sounds and then resample them back in. That was really, because to be honest, back in the day there, we couldn't really afford synths. So, you know, we just used to, you know, make do with what we had. But yeah, I mean, there was a few synths. I had a Juno. Oh yeah, what am I talking about? There's some other tech here. Juno 106. I had a Juno 106. Remember, I had loads of gear, don't get me wrong, but I'm taking you guys back. Juno 106. Because I know you guys are interested in making a retro tech. We'll get to the Joker era later. But I had a Juno 106. I believe this didn't even have MIDI on it. It was some sync thing. We used to pull sounds out of it. There's another one, a Juno. What Juno? The Juno had a whole range, man. There was a flat one that had a dial wheel on it. I don't remember the name of it now. I know it when I see it. Juno synth. Hold on. These Google images are wicked for this sort of thing. Juno. No, that's not it. It's a little plasticky looking one. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Hold on. Come on, where is it? No, none of these. Ah, here it is. Yeah, Juno 106. I know what I was talking about. Hold on. Let me Google it. And as well as that, we had various drum machines as well. I used to collect drum machines. A lot of the old retro tunes, a lot of them drums you can hear, they're from the actual drum machines. Yes, massive. Flicking through some of the Brain Data archives, reminiscing on some equipment. We said we were going to talk about tech and stuff. Had a little fart around with something here the other night there. Have a look, listen to this little 2-bar bass thing. I was going to drop it in the mix. Messing about with some of the old Amiga tech and fooling around and what have ya. Inspired by you guys on the live stream. So guys, yeah, so this Juno 106, it's weird, when you type Juno 106, the actual one that I'm talking about doesn't come up, but yet it's listed as Juno 106, which is really weird. This is something I just did for messing about in the mix, a little bass changing thing, and also to demo that bass pack. All the sounds you can hear from here are actually from that bass pack that we was talking about. 150 subs. And as you hear, they're all enhanced on my chair while I'm sitting in it for maximum boost. So I hope you guys find that useful. Worth a grab. Alpha Juno. Yeah, it might be the Alpha Juno. Let's have a look at that. It's this one here. I don't know what that is called. Here you go. Roland Alpha Juno 1. That's why. Duh. There you go. That's the bad boy there with a little dial button on the side. That had a Mentasm in it. Big up Control D&B. Wicked, man, wicked. Glad you like this one. Just a little roller for the DJ set. DJ friendly vibe. Bass changing every 2 bars. Or 8 bars, 16 bars, whatever. Joey Beltram Hoover, yeah. And then was obviously the drum machines. Roland R8. Would I recommend buying a Juno 10 Alpha now? Probably not. You could probably get a sample pack or, you know, just as good. Depending on what you're going to do with it, you know. Roland R8. I was actually tempted to get one of these. I think I've seen these for about 70 quid. So some of those brain tunes, I've done the whole drum track on one of these kind of things. Also Roland 909, 808. Right guys, we're going to come up to the close of the show. I'm going to save some juice for tomorrow. I want to get up fresh, man. Go in the gym, have a run. Putting on loads of weight, man. Just so much going on right now. I went from going to the gym 5 days a week to like flipping 1 day a week now, man. It's just like, and I'm eating food, and I went for a bit of a crisps and chocolate and ice cream, and like, boy, right now, man's putting on weight, Tread. Need to sort that out real quick. Okay, so this is Mad Amiga ting. Something I found also on that. Not on that, sorry. This was on the computer. Probably do the show tomorrow. Corley 2191 says, what time's the show? Probably do that about 8 tomorrow. Smash that out. Get some stuff prepared. Shout out to Barnabas. .303 goes for mad money. To be honest, I've never actually really dug the 303. I've always just sampled 303 samples if I'm going to use it. I mean, the 303 is more for like acid house and that kind of stuff. Or if you want to make tunes like the old Dragonfly on the White House. Control DB says, big up Busy, safe for the knowledge and the vibes. Nice one, man. I'm glad you guys, you know, enjoy the vibes and stuff. Yeah, big up, man, to you guys as well, man. Let's see what else we can find. What else we got here? Play something from here, man. What's this? Rhythm Takes Control. No, wait a minute. This is not from the Brain That I'm going to keep you guys posted on the Brain That Archives. So what we got? Apology 109. Let's pick something. A couple of bits to play. Come on, guys. You guys want to hear anything? Yeah, there's something you don't hear all the time. Criminology legit. I've got to find that. Actually, let me get back to that Plasmic Life and a couple other bits. that I haven't actually played yet. As you can see, guys, the Amiga Warfare sample pack is coming along. And some of these I'm doing little runs in there, like, let's see the most date modified, like yesterday. Look, Sunshine Disc. I'll give you a preview, right? Some of these are kind of cheeky, but like, look. Now, I didn't actually normalize these samples, yeah, because reason being is I wanted to keep them as they were in Amigo. If you guys, when you get them, you want to normalize them, that's kind of down to you guys. Hang on, let me just put this through here so I can hear it. But I want to keep these natural. Like original Amiga aiming in there. We'll have a little session where we go through a few of these and you can hear what's going on. Comment if you want to hear that, peeps. You know, I keep on finding tunes, bouncing them, and then forget what I've done with them. It's so bad. Just completely does me head in. Half 11, peeps. Gonna lock it down shortly. Let me get a couple more in from that Plasmic Life that I would have loved to play this other thing I was messing about with. I can't find it now. I'll dig it out tomorrow. Yeah, this one's definitely shaking the chair, peeps. Ah, I found them tunes. Right, I found them. Okay, so quickly. What's this called? Do You Feel It? This is some pretty raggo, to be honest. Look, I'm having to turn this right up. Needs a normalize. But the one I wanted to play was this musical thing. I'm going to go for a little remix on this musical thing. It was just an idea that I found, and it's missing some of the Akai. Not this one. This is just a little quick thing. Skip forward a bit. Pretty simple. This is well old. Proper retro. Look, I'm having to turn this right up, but I'm sure I could get this sounding a lot better. I've got the gains turned right to the top. Yeah, that was the original tune, that with the Sunshine sample you played in it. Yeah. Yeah, it's come back to me now. This tune. Little skanker tune. Little clean up. Stepper style. This is unfinished. I'm going to fling an amen on this, man. Cha. Finish it off in the Amiga.
Listen.
Nice little beeline there. Barnabas says he loves the old gritty. I'm telling you, man, the grittier the better. That's why I'm a bit of a red line freak, man. Like a red, what do you call it? Clipping freak. It don't bother me because I'm so used to it. It's crazy. But you know the score. We got to keep it clean. You know what I mean? Yeah, off a SoundCloud tape. I had loads of them back in the day, man. I was mad about SoundCloud tapes. I had a big bag collection of SoundCloud tapes, you know, and I lost quite a lot of them on the moves and stuff. But yeah, got collections still. Finding a few here and there. Running them off. Right, let me give you a little taste of this little musical thing as well. Gonna finish that up, man. Clean it up, make it sound better. Amen on that, man. What do you reckon? Yeah, you see, it's pretty raggo, peeps. All right, so next one. Now, this is little musical thing. Yeah, Teo, Stone Love, all that style there, man. You know. Man, I found this loop, man. This is a twist-up loop. And I listened to this for about nearly an hour while I was just configuring this. Couldn't get bored of it. Just check it out. And I've got to find the Akai disc. There's other stuff going on in the arrangement. Sat there mixing around with it and all kind of stuff. I'm gonna remix this, man. You ain't getting that kind of twist up vocal sound. You can't recreate this, man. It's one of them random ones. One away random ones. Vocal over the top of it, little blibby bit going on. Had it all breaking down. You know what I mean? That kind of flavour. Yeah, man. I'm gonna finish this off. Anybody else interested in doing a little remix of this with us? Give me a shout. Let me see what sort of interest we got. Maybe we're gonna do a remix of this tune. I just love this little twist up vibe here, man, with the vocals that go with it and everything. Got all the stems there ready, playing in the background as you can hear, ready for a remix, man. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it is. There's something about this whole sample loop thing, man. It's just completely uplifting for me, man. I don't know why. It just is. There's a tune waiting to happen here for me, man. Imagine that. This was just put on disc, saved, and then never come back to for 25 years. There's a flavour there, innit? Don't know about you lot, man, but boy, this thing puts me in the zone. Little funky drummer loop going over that as well, listen. It's deep, innit? You know that, innit? Yeah, Barnabas, you know. Recreating this, man, is just random. You can't recreate this, man, serious. The way that all these bits gel together, it's just one of them one-aways, man. That's what I'm saying. Look, Ross John says he definitely dropped this. Look, the bell loop is nice. It all goes together perfectly, innit? Imagine now just giving that a little clean up now, man, on the old new tech. Yeah, it reminds me of Book a Minute, like music. Remember that music tune? More beats. Do you know what I mean? Bit of bass. Boy, something going on here, man. Serious. Yeah, man. Stems are there, man. Straight out the Amiga. Straight out Amiga. Put that, you never know. And this is all dry. There's no effects on this, nothing, man. It's just, yeah. I think there's another part to it that's got a bit of beats in there as well. There's some drums in there somewhere. Let me go forward a bit. Let me see if it, yeah. Yeah, anyway, that's that one, peeps. So that brings us, I think, enough to up to the end of the session, people. Yeah, you guys have been absolutely wicked. I was supposed to sort my discs out tonight, but you know how it goes. Once we link up, you know, like-minded heads, etc. So it rolls. So you guys have been absolutely wicked. Tomorrow night I'm going to give away a t-shirt. I'm not going to give away a t-shirt tonight. Give myself a bit too much admin work with these t-shirts flying out every single stream now. So holiday time, it's all good. So yes, people. Without further ado, just want to say, what am I saying without further ado? See, when I start getting tired, I start turning crazy, you know, serious. That's why I got to go and put my head down, because if I get too much juice, man, gone tomorrow, you ain't seen me. So you're like, why comes Busy ain't coming on? And Busy's like, and you going on tonight, B? Steve phoned me up. And you going on tonight? I'm just watching TV, man's knackered. So anyway, people, big up, take care, God bless, peace.